been putting all my people on. Ain't no telling where these prophets taking us.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Kingdom Cash Charles Dyson here, and I'm going to be teaching you in this video how to count pips. Now, I already have a video that's pretty popular on how to count pips. It's a longer version. I'll put that in the description box of this video, but I wanted to actually make a video that's a little bit shorter that can get you straight to the information quickly and easily. All right, so we're going to jump right in. So I've divided this training up between pairs that do not have the Japanese yen in the actual pair, and then pairs that do have the Japanese yen in the pair, simply because any pair that has Japanese yen in the pair has 3 numbers after the decimal point. Okay, and that'll make sense in a second, right? But any other pair actually has 5 numbers after the decimal point. So I'll explain to you guys the difference between the two. So counting pips is a subject that I think is very simple to understand. It just has to be explained in the correct way. So let's start off with Japanese yen. I'm on the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. And as you can see on the right side of your screen, the ruler or the number line has 3 numbers after the decimal point. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand about counting pips is the last number will never matter. The last number never matters. So I just put 2 white lines on the screen, and we're gonna do let's bring this down to 109s. Let's bring this down to the 109s and make this easy. Okay, so I got 2 numbers on the screen, right? And we're gonna find out the distance between these 2 white lines, okay? So one white line is at 109.784. Okay, let me move this over here. 109.784, and the second line is at 109.101. Okay? Now, like I said, the first thing you need to understand about counting pips is the last number never matters. So you can just always get rid of the last number when you're trying to count pips. All right, now I'm gonna make this very easy for you. Okay, if you want to count pips quickly, eliminate all numbers that are the same between the 2 numbers that you're trying to measure the distance between. So the first number is 109.78, the second number is 109.10. So we're going to eliminate the 109 in both of these numbers because these numbers are identical, right? So we don't need them. The third thing I want you to do is I want you to eliminate the decimal point to make it easy and simple math, right? Now, whenever I'm counting pips, to make it easy on me, I always do subtraction. It's easier, right? So the distance from 78 to 10, right? The distance between 78 to 10, all we got to do is subtract. 78 minus 10 is actually 68, right? So the distance between these 2 numbers is 68 pips. Counting pips is that easy, y'all. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. Now, if you wanted to use a calculator, let me show you how I do it with a calculator. All right, so once again, the first number was 109.78, and the second number was 109.10. I do the same exact thing. I'm not going to do 109.78 minus 109.10. I'm just going to make it easy. I'm going to count the pips. I'm going to eliminate the numbers that are the same. I'm not going to use a decimal. I'm just going to put in 78 minus 10. And it gives me the amount of pips. Easy enough, right? Simple, right? All right, so now let's go ahead and make this a little bit more difficult. We'll make it a bigger number, okay? We'll make it a bigger number. So now, in this example, we're at 110.304 is where the first white line is, okay? And the second white line is at 108.473, okay? Now, we're going to figure out the distance between these 2 numbers, okay? The distance between these 2 numbers, all right? So, once again, what am I going to do? I'm going to, number 1, eliminate the last number on both of these numbers, right? That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate any number at the front of these numbers that are the same. So I see that the first number, the 1 in this and the 1 in that, are exactly the same, so I don't need them. So if I want to figure out the distance between these two numbers, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the decimal, okay? Remove the decimal, and I'm going to do subtraction once again. Simple. 1030 minus 847. The distance between these two numbers is 183 pips. 183 pips. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's go ahead and pull up a ruler on TradingView and see the distance between these two lines. It should be somewhere close to 183 pips. And what do you see there? 183 pips. You see, it's really simple to figure out the distance between two lines, right? And this is exactly what I do, right? And usually when I'm trading Forex, I usually just cheat and use this ruler right here and just measure from the lines that I put on the screen, right? And honestly, unless it's two easy numbers like the first example I gave you, I always use a calculator. So really and truly, the whole counting pips thing, doing it the long way, being able to do it on paper, honestly, when you're trading, you most likely won't even count pips that way, right? Not unless you are a scalper. If you're a scalper, then yeah, you definitely want to be able to count pips very quickly, and it's actually easy because you're working with smaller distances between take profits and stop losses and different things of that nature, right? But as a swing trader, as an intraday trader like me, I'm literally using my calculator, using my ruler on TradingView every single day, right? So you don't need to stress about, getting, the skill of counting pips perfect every single time you go to do it, okay? So we're on another pair, GBP, JPY. Once again, this is a JPY pair, has JPY in it. What has been your biggest day trading thus far?
Man, my biggest day trading so far has been a little over $2,400, man, in a day.
Went from about $1,000 to about $5,800 in 2 days. And then this most recent one I got right now started at $565, and right now we're at about $4,500.
I flipped $400 to $2,200. Put it like that.
Jeez.
In a couple hours.
My biggest trading week was 17,000 US dollars.
How long did it take to make that?
3 days.
My biggest day trading actually was last week. I put up over $1,100 in one day, and the week I ended off with about $1,500.
Tell me what your first impressions were from when you did the training, when you first learned Skittles.
Well, like when I first learned it, I had to keep looking at it. I was like, no, this is just too simple. This is like, again, just talking to myself, like, okay, because I'm already like not really like computer savvy. So once I got to the Skittles strategy, the first video, I'm like, oh wait, I gotta take notes for this. I was like, no way, this is easy. But like at the end of it, I was just like, all right, like this is all I have to do. Now I get what Salita was saying, 1, 2, 3, take the trade.
You just saw the amazing results, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for more people around the world to serve. It doesn't matter where you are. I'm looking for people to help become successful through the reality of making money from a phone and making money while you sleep. And I got some tags on the screen right now, multiple ways to contact me. If you reach out, I'll be willing to show you exactly how this works. I'll be willing to accept you into my private community, and I'm going to serve you and teach you how to multiply money from your phone exactly like you saw the results of the other people just a moment ago. So ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to serve you. I'm accessible. You can check my Instagram stories, my YouTube stories, and you'll see when my next live presentation will be. I want you to come hear it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, one message can change everything. Can't wait to talk to you and help you understand how you can change your life. Talk to you soon.
and we're going to do the distance between these two numbers. I'm going to do the same exact thing. The first number is 151.100. The second number is 149.922. Okay? Same example. I'm going to go ahead and remove that last number, right? And then what am I going to do? I'm going to remove any number at the front of these two numbers that is the same. So the ones in both of these numbers are the same, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay? To make the math easy on me when I'm doing the math, I'm going to remove the decimal. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up my calculator and do the math, right? 5110 minus 4992. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 118 pips, right? And if you want to double check my work, go ahead and we can pull up the ruler and just measure from this white line to this white line, about 118 pips, right? So here's what I want you to understand. Like, even when I am taking a buy, right, and I'm trying to figure out my take profit, I still will subtract my take profit from my entry point, right? Let's just say this white line down here will be my stop loss. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to subtract my entry point from my stop loss. I always do subtraction. It's just easier to me, right? So if I want to figure out my stop loss, I'm going to take my entry point and subtract it from my stop loss. If I'm trying to figure out my take profit, I'm going to take my take profit and subtract it from my entry point. That'll give me the amount of pips, the distance from my entry point to my stop loss, or excuse me, the distance from my entry point to my take profit. And if I subtract my entry point from my stop loss, that will give me the distance from my entry point to my stop loss in pips. Okay? Simple enough, right? So let's go ahead and do this example over here. We're on USD CAD. So now we have 5 numbers after the decimal point. 5 numbers after the decimal point, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. Okay, my first number is 1.21012. Okay, my second number is 1.20414. So if I'm trying to find out the distance between these two numbers in pips, I'm going to follow the same protocol. I'm going to take the last number and I'm going to eliminate it because it doesn't matter. Okay, the second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take any numbers that are the same and I'm going to eliminate those numbers in between these two numbers, and I'm going to eliminate the decimal point as well. Okay, so I can see 1.2 is the same, 1.2 is the same. I'm going to eliminate that in both of these numbers. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract 101 from 41. Okay, 101 from 41. Okay, and that will give me the distance between these two lines. It's 60 pips. 60 pips is the distance between these two lines. If I take my ruler and I wanted to draw it out and figure out if I'm right, ladies and gentlemen, 60 pips, approximately 60 pips between these two white lines. Okay? It's simple, right? It's simple. And just like I said before, if I wanted to go ahead, if I was buying in this example, and I wanted to figure out the distance from my take profit to my entry point, I would do exactly what I just did. And if I wanted to figure out my the stop loss, the amount of pips from my entry point to my stop loss, I would take this number that's represented by this white line and subtract it from this number that's represented by this white line, and it would give me the amount of pips that I am risking in my stop loss. Okay? So, last example, we're going to go to Euro USD. Okay, I'm going to put 2 white lines on the screen. Okay, and I'm going to measure this. We're going to figure out how many pips there are between these 2 white lines. So the first white line I have on the screen is 1.20464. Second number I see on the screen is 1.18332. Okay, Those are the two white lines that I have on my screen. All right, so like I said, first step, eliminate the last number. Doesn't matter, right? Second step, I'm going to get rid of any numbers at the beginning of these numbers that are the same. And I'm going to get rid of the decimal point. Okay, so in these two numbers, the ones at the beginning of the number are the same. So I can just eliminate them. I don't need them. And I'm going to also get rid of the decimal point. And then I'm just going to take my calculator and I'm going to do the math. 2046, 2046 minus 1833, 213 pips. That's my answer. 213 pips. Okay? And if I want to check my work, just take my ruler and measure it. 213 pips, ladies and gentlemen. Right? So that's how simple counting pips is. I just wanted to make this short video, make it easy to understand, easy to comprehend. And listen, if you found this video helpful, if you thought this explanation was easy for you to understand, then you should probably check out my personal coaching program, because I got some strategies that are super easy to understand, super easy to implement. In the description box of this video, you'll find some testimonies from some of my other students, right, and the results that they were able to receive from learning from me, right? You can go ahead and go to increasemenow.info. That link or that website will be on the screen right now. You can go to increasemenow.info, add yourself to my free Facebook group, okay? It's a free information group. Go to the announcement section of that group and go ahead and watch the short video that explains how my coaching program works. And even in the group, you'll be able to see other people that I coach around the world, real-time posts from people who are getting results from the things that myself and my counterparts are teaching within our private coaching program, within our global organization. All right, then go ahead and follow my wife and I across all social media platforms. I'll also link in the description box another video I did that's going to show you how to do the lot size conversion very simply and very easily, right? So here's the thing I know about trading. If you get things explained to you in the right way, trading can be extremely easy, right? And teaching is my gift. Explaining things is my gift. I can make trading very simple and very easy for you. So I strongly encourage you to check out the information that I just went over. Check out the information in the description box of this video. Make sure you like this video, right? Share this with somebody that you know, that you love, that you care about. And go ahead and click the bell so you get notified whenever I upload any more valuable content. Ladies and gentlemen, like I always say, I know if I can help change your perspective, I can help you change your life. See you in the next video. Peace.